Hey guys, wanted to talk about the basics of creating a game plan for competition. There's a lot more to this than we'll get into right now on the mindset and mapping out kind of what you're doing before the fight and after the fight. But for now, I just want to get to the basics because many of us don't really have an idea for how to prepare for a competition. So one thing that I always say when people ask, I want to get ready for competition. What should I do? First thing is, if the fight goes perfectly, what does that look like? So are you taking them down or are you pulling guard? If you're taking them down, what's the takedown? What's the grip that enables that takedown? And then where does that go? You take them down. What are you doing from there? Are you taking them down? Does this takedown lead to half guard or does it lead to side control? From side control, what are you doing? Are you mounting? Are you forcing the back? Are you trying to submit them from there? If you force the back, how are you cutting down their grips or killing their arms so that you can submit them? All answering this is really useful just to give not only structure to your competition itself, but your training leading up to the competition. So, okay, I want to double them, but I run into trouble with doubles half the time when they sprawl. Okay, so that's going to tell you have to either improve your double, which yes, you should do that, and then also how to deal with once they've sprawled so that you're not stuck if those kinds of things happen. So I'll give you a simple example. It could be that we go double leg in a perfect world, that leads to side control, and then side control, we're going to, how are you mounting? So we'll say knee slide mount, and then from mount, notice nothing we're doing right now is based on what they do. Those would be contingencies. So like they turn on their side, I'm going to take their back, no problem. But I get to mount, what am I doing? Maybe I'm going to focus on the control I'm getting. Low mount, ankle cross, and crossface, and then maybe I arm triangle. Okay, so this is a basic game plan, and in another video we'll talk about how to deal with contingencies, but you could create a few of these. You could, and in fact I wouldn't even start here. So this is kind of before you really create the game plan. This is just the skeleton. So for example, match starts, we'll get into like getting your posture. I mean, we could include it here because this is something technically that you're doing on the mat. So hand fight, and maybe we get a wrist control. Maybe we arm drag to set up our double. So I would put it like so. So we use the arm drag to set up the double, and that double leads to side control. We knee slide, then mount, then finish with the arm triangle. So we could then have what if we see that they're just a better wrestler. So I want to also have a plan for if I pull guard. Notice what I'm not doing is saying, oh, well, if I get taken down, then I'm going to have a plan for that. Because I think it's really important that we don't give the opponent the initiative. We don't, or the mental energy. So say we start the same way. We'll just copy and paste. And then maybe we use that wrist control to get a crab grab guard pull. Then we go lumberjack and Hickson sit up, circle pass, and there are ways to kind of deal with what they will do, but again, we're just trying to kind of take control of the fight. We take backside because we circled them away, and then chair sit to the back, and then say we go simple, kill the arm, rear naked choke. So this is now a second game plan, and we can do this in any number of ways. So we could create 5 or 10. Sean Williams has a interesting story about this. I think it was Blue Belt Worlds. He did this the night before, created 4 game plans for different situations. The fights ended up going exactly as he had planned out, and he ended up having 5 fights. So he hadn't actually mentally prepped for that, and things didn't go his way, and so we got 4 fights, and then I'm not sure what happened after that, but he lost there, and I'm not sure if he medaled, but whatever. So some value in just having a game plan. And so what do you do with this? Well, this allows you to structure your training. This allows you to choose where you're going to focus. It also, not just your training in terms of what techniques you're going to be drilling, but what are you trying to make happen in sparring? So this is simple structure. We can go much deeper, which we will in another video, but I just wanted to put this together as to give you an idea of how do you structure a game plan. You can do this on paper, I typically do, but this is a useful tool. This is the absolute basics of it, and you could, again, create many variations on the same thing. I'll show quantum strategy another time, which has been really helpful for me, but yeah, I hope this is helpful, and if you have any questions, post them below, and I'll see you on the mats.